So I'm at a nice stage on the background, very, very close to finished. Always have to pause whenever the rooster's crowing. I've got majority of my background on. I have a little bit more work to do on the water, a little bit of detail to put into the, I won't call them mountains, but the little rocky background cliffy piece, and then a little bit of tweaking overall, balance things out a little bit. And then I get to jump into the Pueo owl, which is going to be really exciting. I don't know if I could say a little something about the background. I'm trying to keep the background relatively neutral, not too many darks and lights, so that I don't take away from the owl, because I want the owl to still be the dominant piece. And like with all of my work, tattoos or paintings, I like to find a sort of a rhythm and flow in everything. In this case, the background, a nice flow of lines and geometry in the beach, the water, the sun rising, and the mountains. Because I really like to get across in everything that I do. One aspect is how everything flows, and that even though our perceptions may see something, in this case the owl or an object, as being just stuck there, isolated from everything else. If you see a person walking down the road, you might see them as a separate being, but really, my perceptions anyways, that person or that owl, that object is really not an object, but is like a wave on an ocean, or as part of an ocean, that may at times stick out and look like it's a separate thing. And I want to get that concept or that feeling across in my work, the harmony and the wholeness in something. In this case, the owl with the background. I want there not to be a separation between the two. So I do, or allow wherever possible, ways to communicate that. And the idea also that the owl and the environment, they are not just limited categories labeled that we tend to get caught up in our lives. And I think it was Jordan Peterson that mentioned that he was referring to himself, but he said as he gets older, he tends to just stick things into labels and boxes and stuff. And he said it was the job of the artist to remind people and show people how to connect and see things fresh and new again, in a lot of ways like a child. And I do feel that is definitely one of my callings, and my job as an artist is to get that across in my paintings. That in this case, the owl is not just a thing with feathers flying overhead, or something that hunts mice or whatever, but is much more than that. And that's also why I have referred to these as animal spirits or spirit animals, is because of that idea that there is a spirit, there's a soul, there's many dimensions, not just a dimension deeper than what we perceive, but there is a reminder to myself as well that there are many dimensions beneath and above and surrounding what we perceive, and that just our senses and the limitations of those senses have a tendency to kind of glue us into a very specific way of seeing. And I think it's important that we get reminded, even just the idea that is not all that there is, can really make a big difference in us appreciating life, and especially in the small, simple things in life, which really aren't so small. And for the things that seem really big and overwhelming, they aren't really so big either. Everything falls into perspective if you can just let go of these strings that pull things too tight and influence our perceptions and our tensions and arguments and differences and things, and just let them let them go and let them fit into where they need to fit and not be so tense in the world. So this is just a ramble of some of the aspects that go through my mind while I'm working on these paintings, or a tattoo that I'm doing. It's all the same in that respect. But yeah, so I am excited about getting onto the owl very, very soon. And then who knows, after the owl, where I will go from there. I'm hoping to hear from someone that wants something new and exciting. I'm hoping to do a white wolf that someone has been interested in. I've still got my bluebirds to finish. I've got a Sri Yantra to work on, and I'm excited, you know, what the next animal will be, or bird, or amphibian, or reptile, or insect. Something really exciting.